Hi, welcome to today's webinar. I'm Denise and the moderator for today's session. By default, anyone joining will be muted upon joining, but as always, this will be intended as an interactive session. Those in attendance will see a control panel where there is an option to type questions or comments, which can be done at any time. And there is also a hand icon, and if that is clicked on, I will know that there is a question or a comment, and I can then unmute individuals one at a time. This month, we are delighted to be joined by a special guest, Jean Tunney from Artsway Manufacturing. After a demonstration of the data loaders by 32Soft's own Elena, we will hear from Jean about his experience at Artsway utilizing the loaders. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will hand off now to Elena.
Welcome everyone. Today we will show how you can efficiently and safely manage hundreds of items, routings and bill of materials in QED using 32Soft data loaders. 32Soft data loaders are designed as Excel spreadsheets that allow you massively create or update data in QED directly from Excel, reducing maintenance time from hours or days to minutes. There are various reasons why you may need to mass update data in QED. It could be data mergers, migration to different QED versions, data synchronization between multiple domains, or change in business process. You may also need, for example, to audit and make changes to a certain subset of data, such as items, routings, or bill of materials. It is much easier and way more efficient to do it from Excel using 32Soft data loaders. Let's start with Item Master Data Loader first. First thing you will need to do after opening Item Master Data Loader is to click on Setup button to select database you will be connecting to. Prior to downloading item details into QED, you will need to specify selection criteria in the header to limit the number of downloaded items. If you leave selection criteria blank, then all items you have in QED will be downloaded. There is a built-in limitation of 20,000 lines for one download. So if you download more than 20,000 items, you will need to use selection criteria. Once you specify selection criteria in the header, you can click on Download button to download item details into Excel. If this is the first time you are connecting to QED since opening Item Master Data Loader, you will be asked to enter a QED user ID, password, and domain. Item Master Data Loader, as all 32Soft data loaders, can only be used by users with valid QED user ID, password, and access to Item Master Maintenance menu in QED. User authentication is based on native QED authentication logic that includes user ID, password, and menu and site security. If user authentication is successful, items that meet selection criteria specified in the header will be downloaded into Excel. If you are migrating, for example, from the old to the newer QED version and need to reload static data into the new database, this is how you would extract your item details from the old database. Then, once data have been cleaned up, you just need to select your new QED database by clicking on Setup button and then click on Upload. So I change the database I want to upload data into. Make some changes to my data. And click on Upload. Item Master Data Loader will attempt to upload items into the selected QED database, but first it will run data validation. If it will encounter any errors, for example, invalid production line, message errors occurred will be displayed in status window, and color of cells with incorrect values will be changed to red. You can scroll up and down, left and right to look for the errors, or you can use Find Error button, and the tool will move you between all the errors on the spreadsheet. Once all errors are fixed, you can click on Upload button again. So let me fix my errors. and click on Upload. If data upload is if data upload is successful, message uploaded successfully will be displayed in status window. You can always see to what database you are connecting at the top of the template. Similar, you can synchronize items between domains. If, for example, you maintain items in a master domain, you do not need to set up a complex procedures to keep items in other domains in sync with the master one. With Item Master Data Loader, you can download data from your master domain, then switch domain and upload data in another domain quickly and safely. For example, I need to sync only these items with different domain. I uploaded them from one domain. I know that I need to make some changes. I need to change my site because in different domain it should be on a different site. And then I click on Switch Domain button and select different domain, my user ID and password for that domain. Okay, and click on Upload. Run domain code. As you can see, my data sync between two domains went successfully. With Item Master Data Loader, you can download data from your master domain and then switch domain and upload it really quickly and easily. If you are, for example, in the process of implementing QED or merging with another company, Item Master Data Loader is a great way to gather required item information. It gives you an idea of what data need to be collected to set up Item Master in QED. Allows you to connect it in familiar and very appropriate for this Excel interface. And finally, you can upload data into QED without IT involvement. When data upload is done by IT in a traditional way using CVS file and QED SIM interface, this last step is usually the most inefficient one. Doesn't matter how diligent user is in preparing data, SIM upload reveals certain numbers of errors. They may be due to invalid product line or non-existing item group or something else. IT cannot decide if this product line is indeed invalid or it just has not been created in QED yet. The same applies to other errors. So IT had to return template back to the users for review and correction. This takes time, sometimes a lot of time, until template is finally cleaned up and data have been successfully loaded into QED database. And after that, user will need to extract data from QED, probably back into Excel, to verify that all item details have been loaded into QED correctly. These problems do not exist when you are using Item Master Data Loader. First, you clearly see what data are required to create an item in QED. Second, Loader performs validation for you, revealing missing and incorrect data. Third, you have an absolute control over the load process. And last but not least, you can easily download, upload data back into Excel to verify them. You will benefit from Item Master Data Loader and two other loaders that I will show you shortly, not only during mass data migration or upload. You do need to create on a regular basis new items, routings, and bill of materials, or modify existing ones. What can be easier than just downloading similar item using Item Master Data Loader and use it as a template? So let me use this item as a template. I have already downloaded a couple of them, so I will use this one as a template as it's closest to the one I will be creating. I make changes. Could use different location, could use like you can specify any other fields in the item master, and then once all the data are ready, I can create item in QED with just a click of a button. You also may need to review or audit your items on a regular basis, and Item Master Data Loader is designed for this. You can easily filter and group data using standard Excel functionality. For example, I will do filtering, and let's say I want to select only items that belong to a certain design group and see what's there. Or I can select only items that belongs to certain buyer planner code and change buyer planner code. Having all item details on one screen also makes Item Master Data Loader a great training tool, allowing new QED users to quickly familiarize themselves with item setup in QED and to look at all item details in QED from their perspective. Another tool we would like to demonstrate to you today is 32Soft Bill of Materials Data Loader. Similar to Item Master Data Loader, first thing you will need to do after opening Bill of Materials Data Loader is to click on Setup button to select database you will be connecting to. Prior to downloading BOM details into Excel, you will need to specify selection criteria in the header. Once you specify them, you can click on Download button to download Bill of Materials into Excel. If this is the first time you are connecting to QED since opening Bill of Materials Data Loader, you'll be asked to enter your QED user ID, password, and domain. If users to be able to use the loader, you will need to have access to Bill of Materials maintenance menu in QED. Since loader is using native QED authentication logic that includes user ID, password, and menu inside security. If user authentication is successful, Bill of Materials that meet selection criteria specified in the header will be downloaded into Excel. Similar to Item Master Data Loader, you can use Bill of Materials Data Loader for mass data upload during data mergers, QED database migration, or data synchronization between multiple domains. On a day-to-day basis, you can use this loader to create new or modify existing Bill of Materials. You can enter data for new BOM from scratch or use existing BOM as a template. Let me select a bill of material. I will use the first one in the downloaded list as a template. I just need to assign new BOM number. And I can leave existing components. If it's very similar item, maybe it even has the same quantity per component, I will change it here and can review all other fields in the bill of material. And once I finish with the changes, then I can click on Upload button and new BOM will be created in QED. As all 32Soft data loaders, Bill of Materials data loader will perform data validation prior to uploading data into QED. If it will encounter any errors, error message will be displayed in status window and color of cells with incorrect values will be changed to red. Comments in red colored cells will give you details of the error. So in this case, let's see, it doesn't like the BOM code that I used, so I'll change one and We'll do another attempt to upload. Okay, the upload reveals another error. I intentionally put the wrong component code just to demonstrate you that it's a like multi-level validation, and the tool will not let you to upload into QED invalid data. I fixed all the errors and click on the upload button again. When creating new bill of materials or modifying existing ones using data loader, you can see all BOM components and not just individual lines. From this perspective, bill of materials data loader is a great auditing tool. It allows you quickly and efficiently review your bill of materials and make changes if necessary. For example, you need to replace a component with the new one starting from a certain effective date. If done via QED interface, the process will most likely involve a lot of typing and will take some time, especially if number of bill of materials to be updated is large. First, you will need to identify BOMs that need to be updated, then change expiry dates for existing component in all those BOMs, and then add new lines with new component and new start effective date. After that, you will need to verify that all BOMs have been updated correctly. With bill of materials data loader, this process becomes very easy, quick, and reliable. You just need to download BOMs into Excel. Then filter for the component that need to be replaced. Let's pick one of the components that we know repeats multiple times. Okay, so we use standard Excel functionality to filter all BOM lines that use that component. Then delete all the lines that are not related to that component. Remove the filter. So here are all our BOM lines that use that component. So if you need to expire that component, let's say effective April 20, you just need to put expiration date and effective date, sorry. And to add lines for the new component, we can again type them, or if there is a lot of similarities, we can simply copy the lines. Specify start effective date. It will be April 21st in our case. And optionally, like if you know that the quantity of that component in BOM will be different, again, you can change the quantity. So once you prepared all the changes, you can review them and then click on the upload button to update changes to upload changes into QED. Then you can click on download to review and verify changes you've made. So here's our expired lines. You don't see lines that we've just added because bill of materials data loader allows you to download bill of materials as of effective date. And here we look at the bill of materials as of today's effective date. So if we want to look what will be BOMs as of April 21st, we'll change the effective date, click on download, and here you'll see the new lines, new components that become effective starting April 21st. Another tool that we would like to show you today is 32Soft Routing Data Loader. Similar to data loaders you've just seen, first thing you will need to do after opening Routing Data Loader is to click on Setup button to select databases you will be connecting to. Prior to downloading routings into Excel, you will need to specify selection criteria in the header and then click on Download button. If this is the first time you are connecting to QED since opening Routing Data Loader, you will be asked to enter your QED user ID, password, and domain. To be able to use the loader, you will need to have access to Routing Maintenance menu in QED. If user authentication is successful, routings that meet selection criteria specified in the header will be downloaded into Excel. Similar to Item Master and Bill of Materials data loaders, you can use Routings Data Loader for mass data upload during data mergers, QED database migration, or data synchronization between multiple domains. Or you can use it to create new or modify existing routings. You can enter data for the new routing from the scratch. You see here what fields are required, what values are required to create new routings, or you can use existing routing as a template. Let me download existing routing that I want to use as template. So here is my routing. I want to create a routing with a new code. You can make all the required changes. For example, my routing has different run time for the operations. You can modify work centers. Once you entered all the details for a new routing or made changes to the existing one, you can upload data into QED by clicking on Upload button. As all 32Soft data loaders, Routing Data Loader will also perform data validation prior to uploading data into QED. If it will encounter any errors, message "Errors occurred" will be displayed in status window, and color of cells with incorrect values will be changed to red. Comments in red colored cells will give details of the errors. You will need to fix those errors and click on Upload again. Now routing has been loaded successfully. When creating new or modified existing routings using Data Loader, you can see all operations within a routing and not just individual lines. Let me remove selection criteria to download more data. So it's easier to understand and to see the routing when you know details and can see details of all these steps or operations involved. Routing Data Loader allows you to quickly and efficiently review and modify routing details, for example, runtime, routing management, whether it becomes quick, easy, and very manageable task. This concludes our short demonstration of Item Master, Bill of Materials, and Routing Data Loaders. As you have seen in this demo, these are simple and easy to use tools that can transform your QED data maintenance process, reducing maintenance time from hours or days to minutes. These data loaders can be installed into your system within a few minutes, either by 32Soft or your own IT department. And no more preparing and exchanging CVS files with IT and being dependent on them in managing your data in QED.
Thank you, Elena. Great job as always. I'm looking and I'm not seeing any questions unless anybody wants to contribute anything before we hand off to Jean at this point. If not, Jean, if you are ready, I will give you the floor.
All right, good morning, everybody, or afternoon, depending on where you're at. I'm just going to talk just quickly about how we've been using the QAD loaders, the 32 soft loaders, and how we've been using it. Like Elena said earlier, we've been using exclusively in the item master, the routing, and the product structure maintenance for many of the things that she highlighted. It has been saving us a tremendous amount of time in both the IT department and in the engineering department. We've been doing at Artsway, we've been doing a lot of product enhancements or bringing products in from other companies and stuff like that. So generally, when the data comes in, it's not set up in our own our criteria. So by using the loaders, we can then go in and change buyer planners, set buyer planners up, mins, maxes, all the planning tools that we have in the item master. And as far as the audit goes, you can then very easily hand somebody an Excel spreadsheet. They look at it, they're familiar with Excel, they can do their markups on it and then send you, and then we've been able to very quickly load that data into the system and get it validated. The training part of it, like I said, people understand the Excel program, and like Elena said too, when you're looking at a router, when you see all 3 steps there, all 4 steps, they can understand it very quickly. They see their information or the information you're looking for. We've massively changed lots of data very, very quickly and then very successfully when going through it. We also did, as far as increasing the accuracy, sometimes when your data over a course of time gets a little jumbled up, we had an instance where our milestone operations were not accurate. So we were able to download it in there, check the milestone operations, and then upload them back up very, very quickly using that as the audit trail. Being able to transfer data back and forth between sites or different entities has been a great plus for us. A lot of times we will save our changes that we've made in an Excel spreadsheet where we can pull that back up. Some of the other in routers, combining operations, we've had a case where years ago they used to have everything broke down where in buffing and shipping and welding you had individual steps. We made the decision to make those changes as well. Both in IT and engineering, that's not good use of their valuable resources. So we can now offload that into other areas, planning, scheduling, or whatever, and then they can make the changes, they understand it, and we can just go forward with it. We've been finding endless ways to use it and manipulate the data and keep things going. And we've been able to get products up and running in a very short period of time. Any other questions? That's pretty much what I wanted to highlight that was in there. I'm open for questions now also.
Thank you, Jean, very much. That was terrific. Not seeing any typed questions. If anybody has anything they want to ask, raise a hand or contribute. Now would be the time for either Jean or for Olena as well. I'm not receiving any questions. Okay. Okay, if there are none at this time, certainly contact us at any time. We welcome feedback and any questions whatsoever as they arise. As always, we will follow up with an email to all registrants with the link as soon as the replay is available. Next up in May, we have 32Soft Web Solutions. Hopefully, you'll be able to join us for that one as well. Jean, we greatly appreciate your time and contributions, and we thank everyone for taking time out to attend today. If there's anything further, I'll just say thank you again, and please enjoy the rest of your day.